Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Time Wealth Secrets. It's been a while since I made one of these, even though you might just have seen the last one yesterday or whatever. I think it's because I got to Rio, and we've been. So we're here in Rio. I'm here with an employee that's probably my one of the only full-time employees that's been with me for more than a year, and she was originally a friend from Colombia, and now she. So what I want to do is get her to run SF nonfiction books. Um, and so we got to Rio like a couple of days ago, and we've just been, I don't know, haven't been able to work much because we've been trying to organise life here. Um, but I do a little bit of stuff. So now we should be getting more into the flow of things, though. Um, yeah. We've set up all the social medias. So I've briefed my social media marketing person on some more of the roles. So I'm unloading. So basically, what I want to happen is I just record these and then send them to her, and then this is not the person here. This is someone else, and then she will go through the system and do all the social media platforms, which she does, but now she's got an additional one, which is this one. So it's like her work has doubled, more than doubled, but she didn't have very much work to start off with, so she'll be fine. And if she needs to hire someone, she can. I told her that. I don't think she will. I think once we get a third one going in like 6 months or whatever, then she'll be able to hire someone. And then, so for the SF nonfiction books, um, yesterday, for some reason, we just decided to start a whole new process. So instead of just teaching her the existing things, we're starting something new, and it's kind of working out all right, I think. So previously, what we used to do for SF nonfiction books is just write the book and then publish it, right? But now, because we want to be more hands off, and because her English isn't great, she needs to learn English. Um, what we're going to do, what we've done, or what I started yesterday is instead of writing the book first, or instead of just writing books, we're going to make video courses. So here's the idea: is that I'll hire someone to make a video course of whatever they want, right? So last night I hired someone to do one for how to use Canva, and it has to be at least a 2 hour course, but hopefully it's a bit more, just depending on the subjects. And they send me an outline if I approve it, and I look at the the sample video, and if like it doesn't have to be like pure native English or whatever, but it has to be understandable, right? I think this girl she sounds like she's from Africa, maybe even Kenya, and which is in Africa. But it's clear, it's understandable, and I saw a sample of her doing something for whatever, and it looked good, so she can make them for Canva. And so she's currently doing that now. And then, so once that's made, so I'll pay her to create and edit the video so they're like ready to upload, so they're ready to go, and maybe even figure out how she can upload them directly to the server. So far behind on work, it's ridiculous. I haven't even set up the new servers yet. And then from that, what I'll do is I'll get those videos, and then send them to someone else and say, listen, here's what I want you to do. I want you to transcribe them and then write them into a how-to book, and then take screenshots for the pictures, and then that'll be that. And then I can just use those pictures as is. I'm not gonna get them redrawn or anything because that takes up too much time. And then that'll be the book. And then I'll create the funnel, so it'll be a book funnel. So it'll be the book, and then that'll be the entry, the first entry, and then the second thing will be the video course, like the upsell, or maybe that'll just be the I forgot what they call it, but the one-click upsell. And then the upsell one, I'm not sure what that will be. That might be the videos, I guess. And then the upsell two will be a membership to like a $5 or $10 a month to get everything in the SF nonfiction books on a subscription base. And that's the idea. But I have to create all that. I haven't created all that. Like, I haven't created the description. I've only just started figuring out the new platform that I want to use, which is ClickFunnels 2.0, and that's still got lots of bugs in it. It's still in the beta zone. So, but I did find out that there was an issue at the start because I couldn't just put 3 websites up. But then I asked them, and they said, actually, yeah, I could. So I'm going to try to get that done today, but I do have a lot of other stuff to do. I've got to do the I'm teaching Caro, which is my Colombian employee that does SF non-functional books. I'm trying to teach her one thing a day, new thing a day, so then she can, by the end of the 6 weeks that we're here, or the 5 weeks now, she'll have a good grasp of everything. And then also I've got to teach Maria, well, my social media marketing manager, more stuff that I haven't even done yet. So it's like stuff that I have to create and then teach us. They're big jobs, like to create new stuff and then teach like the new stuff. It's hard. And when I say create it, I mean create the workflows, which happens to be the subject for today that I want to talk about, which is why creating workflows is essential. So let's just get started with that. Why is creating workflow? Well, first of all, what is a workflow? So whenever I do something that I know is going to be repeated, I write down the instructions, right? And then so every time, so the next time I do it, all I have to do is follow them. I don't have to try to remember what I did, or I don't have to reinvent. I write down the instructions and I follow it. And then usually what happens is I follow it, and then I'm like, oh, actually, this is a better way to do it. And then I change it and I change it until I get the workflow as perfect as possible. And then that workflow eventually can become a product, right? So like, let's say I make all the workflows for SF nonfiction books, like how to publish a book. And then once I've got it down like pretty good, then I can write them out better and then create videos from it. And in fact, that's what's going to happen with time work, like making the SF nonfiction books, how to publish a book workflow is going to become a product. It's going to be one of my test products, right? And that's how we're going to get the products. But originally workflows are really just for productivity, so you don't have to rethink stuff, right? It's like a set instructions for yourself on how to do stuff. There's lots of other names for it, just like standard operating procedures, basically is standing operating procedures, all right? So why would you want to do it? Well, I've probably explained a few of them, but I'll just go over them. First of all, organizes your thoughts. As you write things down, it like helps to organize it in your mind. So you might think, oh yeah, but then when you write it down, you're like, actually, this step is better before or after or down the bottom or whatever, right? Because it's more logical. It makes sense. It's like a linear thing, right? The second thing is productivity. Like I said before, is because you don't have to keep trying to remember the steps, right? You can just, especially at the start, when the first 3 or 4 times you do it, it's good to go back and like just make sure you get all the steps. Of course, there's lots of workflows that I've written that I never look at anymore because I just do, like, especially if I do them daily, I do them every day, then I just know it, right? But especially at the start for productivity, it's better. And the third one, which I already mentioned, is that they can become products. Right? You can get your workflows, refine them, make them good, and then write them out in detail. You can write them into a training manual, you can write them into a book, you can create videos out of them, you can do a presentation, you can make a checklist, all sorts of things. They can become lead magnets, all that sort of stuff. So that's it. And then don't forget that you should always try to constantly improve them. So you don't want to turn them into a product until they're ready. And like for the first 5 to 10 times, you're gonna, especially for the first few times, you're gonna find better ways to do it, and then you want to add that in there. And it's not until I use a workflow like 10 plus times without any changes, that's when I can think, all right, I can turn this into a product. That's it. If you want to learn how to create your own time-rich business, or you want to follow my journey or whatever, or learn more about it, go to www.timewealthsecrets.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you're watching or listening or reading this, and I'll see you again.